right? We go into houses all the time, and we see, the inventory in our area in Long Island. A lot of it was built in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, around World War II, right after World War II. Our inventory is getting old now. We're almost in 2020, and you're talking about, you know, 70, 80 years worth of inventory, right? There are parts of the country where, like in Phoenix, where everything's built like in the 80s, the 90s. Dallas built then too, so you got much newer inventory. Our inventory is old, so we go into a lot of houses where the bathroom tiles are pink, or the bathroom tiles are green, or the stuff is just super dated, original kitchens, original wood paneling. So you have a question. You have an issue now, right? You have a house that's really old. Now, you can sell the house as is, but a lot of, let's think about who the buyers are today. They're young people, right? They're 20, 30-year-old, they're millennials. They're kids who do not want to do work to their houses. They want something move-in ready on some level. And that means they don't want pink or green tiles. They don't want wood paneling. They want relatively new cabinets. They want decent countertops. These are the things that they want. So your choices really are to do that, to fix it up, or to sell it at a huge discount, or to put it on the market, listening to someone who's probably not uh, giving you the best advice and putting it on the market for a price that's too high. Now, what I've seen many times is that houses that are really old get listed for houses at the same price, for the same price as houses that are more updated. We see that. You've got to understand something. Most people are going to look at multiple houses, right? If they go to a house a few blocks away from yours that's got a kitchen that was redone 10 years ago and bathrooms that were redone 15 years ago, and your house is old and your house is the same price, it's not going to work. So you really have two main, well, you have several options. First option is to fix it up, right? Most people don't want to do that, right? And very often it's a mistake to fix it up. And the reason why it's a mistake is because you may do something that you like and buyers don't like it, and you've already put the money into it. That's the first option. Second option is to price it right. So price it with enough of a discount that when people look at your house and say, this is old, this isn't great, but I'm going to save enough money that I can do the work myself or I can pay for it, that's the second option. Another option is you can sell it to a cash buyer um, who will go quick and won't give you trouble. The problem with the second option is where you say you're going to put a discount is how much of a discount do you really give for things that you really don't have a value on, right? You may say a new kitchen costs $50,000, but a buyer might come in and say a new kitchen costs $100,000. If you discount it a certain amount, the buyer doesn't agree, then your house is going to sit there. And again, what I see a lot is houses that are really in old condition being listed for houses that are more updated, much more updated sometimes, and then it sits on the market and it drops and it drops and it drops. I have seen on many occasions a home inspector. So the process works that if a buyer comes to your house and you agree on a price, they're going to do a 99 of 100 times they're going to do a home inspection. If they do a home inspection and the home inspector says this thing's got too many issues, they're almost certainly going to walk away. So I have seen on 3 occasions where a home inspector walked into a house that was really old and just walked out. He said, listen, I'm not going to take on the liability of what's behind the walls. I don't know the electrical. I don't know the plumbing. This house looks like it's ancient. And that is something that happens a lot. So you need to concern yourself as to what the right process is. Now, we can help you pricing a house. We can look at what houses are going for in your condition in the area. We can list it for you at a price that's right, or we can buy it from you if you want at a price that makes sense, at a fair price that works for both of us. So if you need help with a really old house, we can help you. We can help you. The truth is, like I said, the inventory in Long Island, there's a lot of original houses built in the 40s, 50s, 60s, or even earlier. And those houses are if you haven't made upgrades, you haven't done anything to it, um, you've got to really assess your situation as compared to other what's going on in the market, right? Because a lot of houses in the market have been updated, right? Even if they were updated in the 80s or the 90s, right? Their decorating may be dated, right? But it's newer appliances, it's newer cabinetry, it's newer vanities, newer fixtures in the bathroom. Colors are not crazy, so it's something you really need to consider as to how to handle it. If your house is really old, you can't just call a realtor who doesn't know what they're doing, who's going to look in the market and say, "Oh, houses are going for $500,000. I'm going to list yours for five." Yeah, if every house that's going for $500,000 is new kitchens, new bathrooms, new flooring, new paint, and your house doesn't, no one's going to buy your house for that price. And what happens is it sits on the market. and then you drop the price, and you drop the price, and you drop the price, and everybody knows there's something going on. And then you finally find someone to get in there, and the home inspector comes and says, "Stay the hell away from it, because I don't know what's behind the walls." These are things that we've seen happen many times. So you have options. There are things to do, but we'd be happy to help you in any way that we can. You don't need to sell your house to us. You don't need to list your house with us. We're here as a resource for you to ask questions about what maybe the best plan of action is. And our number is below, so feel free to call, and we'll be happy to help you in any way that we can.